There's magic in the backyard. Go and find it.
We'll head around to all the towns, head away, holiday. South Aussie with Cosi's on sit down. South Aussie with Cosi. In South Australia we will go, head away, holiday. South Australia all the way, South Aussie with Cosi.
Well, welcome to another episode of South Aussie with Cosi, and we started here in Mannum because we're going to have a look at the mighty Murray River. You know, the Murray in South Australia is basically our water playground. It's cheap, easy and super accessible. Places like Manam and Murray Bridge are so close to the CBD. We'll have a look around Manam a little bit later on, but first I want to show you what's on the show. We'll find out what Elizabeth lad Jimmy Barnes loves about SA. We've got your chance to win a weekend away at Wallaroo Marina Apartments. And we check out South Australia's only 5-star self-contained luxury accommodation located in Manam. Okay, we are here on Unley Road for a very special reason. We're doing something completely different that we've never done before on South Aussie with Cosi. 250,000 South Australians go fishing every single year in this state. We all know South Australia's got heaps of fishing spots and everyone catches heaps of fish. But my hairdresser loves fishing. She's gone out a bunch of times, but she's never caught a fish. So we're going to surprise her and we're going to take her fishing, but she doesn't know it. Okay, she's just in here. Let's go. Here we go. Now, Becky, you mentioned to me a little while back when you were cutting my hair that you've never caught a fish, but you love fishing.
Yeah.
So do you know what we're going to go do today?
I don't know.
I'm going to take you and we're going to catch a fish. Are you feeling lucky?
Yes, very.
Well, girls, let's get sorted. We're going to go fishing. Let's do it. The Murray River, lakes and the Coorong is Adelaide's opportunity to escape for an affordable, accessible getaway, and you'll feel immersed in nature. The nature we're hunting, well, that's the elusive carp. All right, Becky, well, here we are. We're on the River Murray. You've got your cheer squad, Bianca.
Yes.
Is she going to be a help for you today?
Yeah.
All right, Becky. This is our spot. I'll tell you a little trick, right? All we need to do is get a little bit of bread, the middle part of the bread, and really just squeeze it onto your hook like this. All right, and carp feed on the bottom. They're bottom feeders. Drop your line in over the side, and then hold your rod down a little bit, and then the waiting game begins. You watched the show? You seen the show before?
Yeah.
What's your favourite part? Any?
I think
Becky, you're on.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Okay. She's on! Oh, Becky! It's a carp. It's what we're here for. It actually looks like it's not even real, but it is. Folks.
Yeah, it's moving. Yeah.
Wow. I'll be... That's it, pick him up. That's the way. Have a look at him, what a ripper.
Yay!
You have caught your first fish. I feel like I've done a good deed for the day.
Yeah, me too.
Put it here, fishing partner. Have a look at the traffic here on South Road. I mean, why do we spend so much time of our lives being stressed to the max doing things that we don't like working and things like that? You know, it doesn't have to be like that. You can be in charge of your own destiny. Book yourself a holiday, spend some time with your family and friends, and exchange this for sitting on a beach somewhere in South Australia. You know, I love knowing where you guys are holidaying in SA. Send me in your photographs, send me in your videos, and you could win $500 to spend at Adelaide Arcade. Let's see who's made it into the draw. Janine Gaskell was holidaying on the river at Blanchetown, feeling totally immersed in nature, trying to get that perfect duckling photo. Then bang, this giant carp jumps out of the water. Mother duck, check her out. She lunges at the carp defending her babies, but in the process, she sends ducklings flying. What a great shot. You're in the running to win $500 cash from Adelaide Arcade. Thanks for sending the photos through. I bet you no one's going to top that. Coming up next, we check out SA's only 5-star self-contained accommodation. How good is it? Hang around and I'll show you next.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
Welcome back, folks. We're having a good old-fashioned sticky beak around Manam. And you know what? We do lots of travelling with families on South Aussie with Cosi, but one relationship that I think is really important is the relationship between you and your partner. When's the last time you had a romantic night away? Well, the accommodation we're about to head to is exactly perfect for that. You wait till you see it.
The accommodation South Australia's only 5-star self-contained B&B style accommodation. It's suited for couples only, doesn't include children. It has a wide range of services that we offer there specifically for romantic getaways, celebrating special occasions. We offer things like an in-house chef. She'll come in and do a 5-course fine dining service menu for you.
This place is all about luxury and it will exceed your expectations. You can even get yourself a massage or facial on site.
The guests actually just get to relax completely. They don't have to leave the premises at all. They can relax in comfort knowing that they are receiving a treatment specific to their needs.
The bathroom in this accommodation is simply stunning, but the key feature for me has got to be the fact there's 2 showers, right? But the view from the showers is A-grade. You're looking out onto that. Sometimes the kiddies need to take a back seat so mum and dad can focus on each other. I think that's really important. Have you been neglecting your partner lately? Well, this'll fix it.
Families only operate really well with couples being happy. And I think it's really important to spend that time together so that you can truly reconnect. Going away is a really great opportunity for you to do that. Often you might be swayed to do a lot of activities which takes away from that. The retreats are somewhere where you can actually just sit and be with each other.
Spoil yourselves, reconnect and rekindle the old fire. Check out riverviewriseretreats.com.au. There's loads of accommodation options in and around Mannum and they range for budgets to suit absolutely everyone. We just had a look at Riverview Rise, kind of more the expensive accommodation. This here though, it's beautiful. It's a campsite that costs $10 a night to stay at. It's got everything you need. Do you know they say one of the greatest South Australian catastrophes happened right here in Manam? Do you know what it might be? It's got something to do with the River Murray and plenty to do with water. It was a great flood which occurred in 1956. It's a year all South Australians remember. You know, it was massive. Floodwaters came right up and ripped through the town. Over 800 homes were destroyed. Plus, how's this? It also became a bit of a tourist attraction. People from Adelaide and all over South Australia came to see how bad the floods were here in Manam. At its height of the floods, over 15,000 people visited in one day just to see the floodwaters. Floodwaters aside, there's still plenty of reasons to visit the mighty Murray. Relaxing on the Murray River is like hitting the pause button on life. Pause? Now let's play. Mannum's great and it's also got something the kids are going to absolutely love and better still, it's totally free. I'm talking about a good old-fashioned ferry ride. I caught up with skipper Smiley.
Mannum Ferry is only 2 ferries operational in South Australia. This being the largest and probably the newest. This one here runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop. We do 2 12-hour shifts. Pretty much this has been here since the early 1900s. There's old photographs just a little bit further down which you'd see. And yeah, we probably do 12, maybe 1,500 cars per day on a busy day between the 2 ferries.
If you're travelling along the River Murray, maybe you're camping or whatever you're doing, and you're a little bit lazy like me and you can't be bothered cooking, well, I've discovered a catering mob that'll come out and cook on the banks of the Murray for you, leaving you to do absolutely nothing. Big Ben by night are based in Swan Reach on the River Murray and run nocturnal tours on the family farm. But what I love about them the most is that they take care of the catering for your holiday on the Murray. Now tell us about this bush breakfast. I have had one of these before and they're divine. What do we got cranking here?
So today we've actually got the kangaroo sausages, as we normally have. Double smoked bacon from Australia's award-winning bacon makers from the Brossel Valley, Schultz's Butchers. We've got marinated rabbit just bubbling away slightly there. We have scrambled eggs with boobiella and bush tomato seasoning in it. We'll have wattle seed toast once we get this out the way.
Normally at home I do all the housework, cooking, the washing up as well. So having someone else to take care of all that was actually a real treat. Big Ben by night have absolutely nailed this breakfast. And you know what? It doesn't get any better than this. We're on the banks of the River Murray and we're starting our day having breakfast cooked for us. Every corny travel show finishes a segment like this exactly the same. Why should we be any different? Cheers!
Cheers.
Here's what you need to do. Book yourself a houseboat holiday on the Murray River. Head to bigben.com.au and get these guys to come out and cook you a feed of brekkie on the river, then update your Facebook status to satisfied and relaxed. Job's done. Coming up next, we'll learn a little bit about Mannum's paddle steamer history. We'll also catch up with one of my favourites, South Australia's favourite son, Jimmy Barnes.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
Welcome back. We're having a look at Mannum on the River Murray, and I'll tell you what, Mannum is known as the houseboat capital of Australia, for good reason too. Do you know here in South Australia, we've got over 2,000 houseboats along the Murray, and over 1,000 of those are from right here in Mannum down to the Murray mouth. But it wasn't always houseboats that ruled the waters here at Mannum. It used to actually be paddle steamers, and that's something else Mannum's got plenty of.
This is where the first paddle steamer was launched by Warrandals, and they went up and did the first trips. And that continued on. It became a major port. The Marion itself just started off, Chaffee Brothers bought it in 1908, and they turned it into a two-decker, and they carried mainly cargo just with a few passengers. And over the years, the Marion has just kind of evolved, so it was less cargo, more passengers, until it just became a complete passenger boat. It was put in the dock down here at Manam in 1963 just to be as a memorial to the river trade. It was in about 89 that we decided to completely restore it and keep it running.
Over 50 volunteers help run this paddle steamer, and they range from engineers to deckhands and firemen. They even collect all of the firewood. Geez, I love volunteers. They're not paid enough if you ask me. I say hats off to them. There's a variety of ways that you too can experience the joy of the PS Marion.
We go out for day trips, probably what we call round the harbour for an hour and a half. We also go away for weeks at a time, and mainly though I suppose for long weekends. We might leave on a Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, and yeah, it's really good.
For more info, head to psmarion.com, or if I've motivated you enough to book a river holiday, go do some research. Head to southaustralia.com. You know, not all of the boats here in Manam are over 100 years old, like the PS Marion. In fact, some of them are a heck of a lot younger. I put it on my Facebook page, Where Should We Head in Manam? And it was suggested to me that we should check out the boats you can actually hire right here on the riverbank. And that's what we're going to do now. Matt's one of the team from Breeze Hire who hire out speedboats on the Murray, and, well, it's fair to say they're pretty pumped about their latest purchase, which you can hire.
So 22 foot, it's 8 foot wide, it holds 300 litres of fuel. It's got all the safety gear, boards, everything you need to get your family out on the water.
So what sort of people hire the boat?
Anyone, as long as you've got a boat licence and a car licence. We drop off and pick up anywhere on the river from border to border.
And what about if I don't have a boat licence?
We can hire the boat with the driver, myself or Chris, part of the Breeze team. We'll get you out on the water and having some fun.
What's so good about boating on the Murray?
It's relaxing, it's enjoyable, and it's in your back door.
You know, when you're travelling around regional South Australia, I always urge you to get on southaustralia.com and find out what annual events are on in that area. You know, whether you're in Outback SA or right here on the banks of the River Murray, Regional SA has heaps of really cool annual events that can make your trip away even more exciting. Here at Manam, they've got a belter. It's called Sounds by the River, and tonight the town's super excited because SA's favourite son's playing, Jimmy Barnes. I've been coming to Sounds by the River for years, and the lineup changes every year, so it's always fresh and new. You can sit on deck chairs with your mates, or you can pay a little bit more and get fed on the PS Marion. We've got the concert going in the background, and we've got a couple here that are from West Beach. Now, what do you love about Sounds by the River?
Just coming down to experience everything down by the river, the music, the wine, people.
Do a bit of travelling?
We do quite a bit around South Australia. We absolutely love being here.
Now, you guys love it so much so you actually got married here at Manam, yeah?
We did.
Yeah, so from West Beach you had the wedding here.
If you really want me,
Okay, lovers, have a listen to this. Old mate Dave, well, he happens to be a pilot. So to propose to Nat, he loaded her into a plane, which of course he flew, and he flew her over Langhorne Creek footy over where, well, look what he had written. Aww, in toilet paper, mind you. Anywho, out comes the ring, and no surprises, Romeo gets himself a yes. Makes my 3am proposal to my wife at the woolshed sound, well, not that special now. Jimmy, what do you love about South Australia?
Oh, look at the river, mate. It's beautiful. You know, it's home. I mean, I grew up here. Great food, great people. You know, great wine, great music. Great music first and foremost. We got Mossy out there in the background.
Tell us about where you grew up. Where are your South Australia roots?
I grew up in Elizabeth, which is the northern suburbs of Adelaide. It's you know, it can be a bit of a rough place, but you know, it was a good place. Coming from Glasgow, it was like paradise. Yeah, so I grew up there, then I moved to Port Adelaide, and I love the port.
Check out soundsbytheriver.com.au to suss out the next event. Coming up next, we check out Adelaide's most visited tourist attraction. What do you reckon it is? I'll tell you shortly.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
Central Market, I love the atmosphere. Different people you go here. I mean, from different backgrounds, different languages. And it's unique, something unique.
What I love about the market is the people, definitely the people. And this is one of the places where I met the love of my life, Sophie, so I can't complain about the people that come through here.
I'm super keen to get you guys exploring regional South Australia, right? We all know that. But I'm also keen for you to explore your own city of Adelaide. We've stopped off at Central Market, one of my favourite markets in the world, to remind you guys just how awesome this market here is in your own backyard.
Hey guys, you want some now to Central Market to me fills my soul. I can come here, I can buy any produce I want. It actually has the best South Australian produce, but it also has produce from around the world.
Okay, I want to stop down just for a minute to compare South Australia to Victoria. Now, I went to Flinders Street in Melbourne and I paid for car parking a couple of weeks ago. Almost fell out of the car. Have a look at the prices. Here at the Central Markets, let's compare them. You want to stay there for 2 hours? It's going to cost you $39 in Victoria. Here in South Australia, $4. If you want to stay for 4 hours in Victoria on Flinders Street, $68. Here at the Central Markets, it's $14. Not only do they have the cheapest prices, there's over 1,000 car parks right next to the Central Market.
It is the only undercover market and largest in the Southern Hemisphere. We've got 86 traders here.
Just a little bit over, ladies, that's all right. On the 23rd of January in 1869, a very small group of market gardeners from around the Adelaide area converged here and set up a produce market on the other side of the road. You know, 500 people rolled up to buy their produce, and by 6 a.m. they had completely sold out of everything. And that, my friends, was the very first day of Central Markets.
One thing which stand out is garlic peanuts. No one do it in the market. Some people from overseas give me the recipe and I done myself, and it's very, very nice. Yeah.
Probably the most interesting item and the one that really grabs people's attention both locally and from interstate and overseas is fresh truffles. It's the sort of thing that nobody's ever really seen because they're such an expensive item. To give you an idea, that 12 grams of truffle is $36, and that's actually a lot cheaper than last year. The season's been quite good in France this year. We stock truffles from France, from Italy and from Tasmania, just depending on the different seasons, and it's certainly one that is quote unquote the showstopper.
This is exactly why I love shopping at the Central Markets. We come down here with our 3 kids, and the way I reckon it differs from shopping at a supermarket is that when you shop in a supermarket, it's almost like something you don't want to do. With the kids, it's so annoying. Here, we've got free sampling in the background. Bringing the kids to the Central Market for us is a real experience, and it's about creating memories for the kids that they have forever.
So the market is really important in so much of what it feels. It's the joy of food, which is so critical for our health, well-being, whether it be physical, mental, psychological. This is it.
Central Markets is a true SA icon, so go down and discover it for yourself. The market's open Tuesday through till Saturday, but my favourite is late night trading on a Friday night. AdelaideCentralMarket.com.au has all the details. I'll see you there. The best part about doing South Aussie with Cosi is I get to give you guys some free holidays. In fact, we've actually got 11 South Australian holidays to give away. Do you want to win one? Well, I urge you all to enter and you could be heading somewhere like this. Wallaroo Marina Apartments is calling, my friends. Have a look at this place. York Peninsula's only high-rise accommodation gives you unreal views across Wallaroo. You could win 2 nights accommodation and a free walk up the jetty. Sound like a plan? Do you want to win it for free? Then fire up the old Facebook, head to the South Aussie with Cosi page, click like and enter. There's loads of SA holidays in the SA Shorts holiday booklet, or you can always check out southaustralia.com for more holiday ideas. How good would that be? A free holiday in South Australia. I urge you all to get on and enter. That's all we got time for on South Aussie with Cosi, but before I let you go, I'll finish with a little fact from here in Manam. How did Manam get its name? Well, I can tell you there's a few different reasons going around. The most popular is that the local Aboriginals used to call it Manam. That is Aboriginal for the place of many ducks. Yeah, go figure. That's all we've got time for tonight. Check out southaustralia.com, get yourself active and go on holiday in South Australia. We'll see you next week.
South Australia all the way, South Aussie with Cosi.
South Aussie with Cosi is proudly brought to you by the South Australian Tourism Commission.
South Aussie with Cosi.
I like possums.